Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to St.Andrews in the Square, a fine venue, I'm sure you'll agree, in which to pay tribute to a brilliant man, one of Glasgow's best-loved sons, Matt McGinn. We're gathered here tonight to pay tribute to Matt. He died 30 years ago, and he left us with a legacy of just fantastic songs. You know, just endless amounts of comedy, passion. You know, he fought everybody's corner, Matt. You know, he fought for the students, for the unemployed, for the workers, for the trade unions. He went out for the peace marches. And through all of those activities and all of that passion, inspired Matt to write, and write he did. You know, he wrote, as I say, he wrote children's songs, he wrote love songs, he wrote beautiful ballads like The Rolling Hills of the Borders, I Have Seen the Healings. And the thing with the McGinns is that they're all amazing, you know, and I've been lucky enough to meet most of Matt's family. My granny, well, Matt was my great uncle, actually, my mother's side. My mammy's mammy was Matt's eldest sister, Dinah McGinn, or Dinah Campbell as she became. And if there's ever two people that I just love to have spent some time with through my adult years, it's my granny and my uncle Matt. Both of them, like many other people, sadly missed, and you know, I've missed them to this day. But as I say, Matt's left us with a legacy of just some beautiful songs, some songs of real passion. And tonight we've got three just fantastic bands lined up for you to perform a whole cross-section of Matt's material. And today is part of the May Day celebration, a day which was very close to Matt's heart. And as I say, he fought his whole life for the good of humanity. My brother Jim actually met a guy recently called Jimmy Friel, and Jimmy had done a write-up on Matt shortly after his funeral in 1977. And it's a great little tribute to Matt. But there's a wee verse that stuck in my mind, and it said that Matt removed the blinkers from our vision. He made the ordinary extraordinary because he knew the value of life around him. I think that's very true of Matt. Another wee quote in that which was derived from Pushkin, and it's just at the end of it, which says that my whole life and all my strength was given to the greatest cause in the world, the liberation of mankind. And as I say, I think that was very much part of who Matt was and what he achieved in his life. Anyways, I say there's three fantastic bands lined up, so I could wax lyrical about Matt McGinn for hours, but the whole thing of the night is to pay tribute to the man and all about his words and his music. So I'm going to pick up my guitar and sing you one of Matt's wee songs, which I'm sure you'll know, so you can help me, you can join in. Hello. Okay, this is a wee rendition of Three Nights on a Sunday, double time. 3 nights on a Sunday, double time. 3 nights on a Sunday, double time. I work all day and I work all night. To hell with you, Jack, I'm alright. 3 nights on a Sunday, double time. There's a fella down the road that I avoid. He's one of them they call the unemployed. He says it's all because of me. He can't get a job cause I've got three nights on a Sunday, double time. 3 nights on a Sunday, double time. I work all day and I work all night. To hell with you, Jack, I'm alright. 3 nights on a Sunday, double time. Well, my wife came to the work the other day. Says she with another wee one on the way. Said, I no wonder you can laugh. I've not been home for a year and a half. 3 nights on a Sunday, double time. Let's hear it. 3 nights on a Sunday, double time. I work all day and I work all night. To hell with you, Jack, I'm alright. 3 nights on a Sunday, double time. Well, I'll never miss the pub on Friday nights. It's there you'll always find me gay and right. Find me down at the Old Bay Horse. I'm a weekend waiter there, of course. 3 nights and a Sunday double time. I can't hear you. 3 nights and a Sunday double time. I work all day and I work all night. To hell with you, Jack, I'm alright. 3 nights and a Sunday double time. Others, some will go to heaven when they die. To find that Dunlop pillow in the sky. But I'll be gone to the other place for an idle life I couldn't face. 3 nights and a Sunday double time. 3 nights and a Sunday double time. I work all day and I work all night. To hell with you, Jack, I'm alright. 3 nights and a Sunday double time. One more time. 3 nights and a Sunday double time. Work all day and I work all night. To hell with you, Jack, I'm alright. 3 nights and a Sunday double time. Thanks very much.
Maybe I'm right and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I shouldn't be singing this song. Maybe I shouldn't be telling this tale, but I'll tell it to you just the same. Hook I hook till I fall. Hook I hook till I die. One day in the work I went round for a smoke. The door burst open and there stood a roar. He started to swear and he gave me his curse. He insulted my mother and that was for worse. Hook I hook till I fall. Hook I hook till I die. He jumped for my throat and it gave me a fright. I was quick on my feet so I stepped to the right. There was nothing could stop him, this terrible man, till he landed feet up with his head in the pan. Hook I hook till I fall. Hook I hook till I die. I looked and I thought as I buckled my belt, he never could feel the compassion I felt. I'll wash all these clothes was the words that I said, and while I'm about it, I'll wash the man's head. Hook I hook till I fall. Hook I hook till I die. In Berlin I wait for the man to come round. He'll open the door and let me drop down. And I'll pray for a rope as they give me the tug. For they hang me the more for pulling the plug. Hook I hook till I fall. Hook I hook till I die. Hook I hook till I fall. Hook I hook till I die. Thank you. We're going to do a lot of kind of the comedy songs of Matt McGinn. They've all got great choruses, and I think there's choruses written out for you. This is another one, it's called Biddy McGrath. Oh, have you heard? Oh, Biddy McGrath. She strangled 2 sailors with a strap, so a bra. She tied one strap around the poor fella's head, and she threw him in the liffey like a crust of bread. With a tooraya, fa-da-diddle-da, tooraya-ooraya-ooraya. With a tooraya, fa-da-diddle-da, tooraya-ooraya-ooraya. Well, Biddy turned round on the big fella then. She took him in her fingers like a ballpoint pen. She twirled him north and she twirled him south. Then she tied the other strap round the poor man's mouth. With a tooraya, fa-da-diddle-da, tooraya-ooraya-ooraya. With a tooraya, fa-da-diddle-da, tooraya-ooraya-ooraya. The policeman said to Biddy McGrath, what's this you've been doing with the straps o' your bra? Says she, them sailors were feeding me the cure. and treating me like I was a lady with a two-raya, fa-da-diddle-da, two-raya, with a two-raya, fa-da-diddle-da, two-raya. So if you're ever in Dublin town, where Nelson's column used to be found, and you come across a girl with a grand new bra, beware of her name's nobody McGraw. With a two-raya, fa-da-diddle-da, two-raya, 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 with a two-raya, fa-da-diddle-da, two-raya. Thank you. Thank you. It's doing to me now. You'll know this one. If I can find it, I don't know it. Give me just a second, folks. No, it's back here somewhere. Play some Johnny to fun it. You got it? I've got it. Here we go, you'll know this one. Well, you should know it. If you don't know it, you will know it. Just a minute. I was born 10,000 years ago, and there's nothing in this world I don't know. I saw Pierre, Paul and Moses playing Ring Around the Roses, and I'll gub the man that says it is me. So that was the chorus. A poofter who lived in Khartoum, you know, mate, smile at that, took a lesbian up to his room. Well, they argued all night about who had the right to do what, and with which, and to whom. Here's the chorus. I was born 10,000 years ago, and there's nothing in this world that I don't know. I saw Pierre, Paul and Moses playing Ring Around the Roses, and I'll gub the man that says it is me so. Well, there was this young fellow called Durkin, who wouldn't stop jerking his gherkin. Well, his mother said, Durkin, stop jerking your gherkin, 'cause your gherkin, it's no for jerking. I'll Durkin. Here's the chorus. I was born 10,000 years ago, and there's nothing in this world that I don't know. I saw Pierre, Paul and Moses playing Ring Around the Roses, and I'll gub the man that says it is me so. A plumber who lived in Dundee was plumbing a wee lassie by the sea. And as he was plumbing, she said, someone's coming. Said the plumber, still plumbing, it's me. I was born 10,000 years ago, and there's nothing in this world that I don't know. I saw Pierre, Paul and Moses playing Ring Around the Roses, and I'll gub the man that says it is me so. Last verse. There was this young lady from Norway who liked hanging upside down in the doorway. Well, she shouted to her man, come on and give me one, 'cause hanging upside down is better than foreplay. I was born 10,000 years ago, and there's nothing in this world I don't know. I saw Pierre, Paul and Moses playing Ring Around the Roses, and I'll gub the man that says it is me so. I saw Peter, Paul and Moses playing Ring Around the Roses, and I'll gub the man that says it is me so. Thank you very much. I didn't hear you singing.
What's wrong with you? You'll know this one. This is a scary one in the church day. This is Dundy Ghost. You all know this one. I would sing it if I knew where it was in the book. It's got to be this side, Johnny, is it not? Play another wee tune, Johnny, while I find it. Johnny's brilliant at the wee tune. Go for it. Fun it, right, that's cool. We only knows the wee bits.
I know the wee sections of it. Sean usually finishes it for me.
Technology. Is that alright?
Good enough for jazz.
Good enough. Do you know this one? The Dundee Ghost. Big Jim knows it, I know he does. Well, now a deed man seldom walks, and he very rarely talks, and it's not very often you'll find him running around. But I am a refugee for a graveyard in Dundee, and I've come to hunt some hussies in Glasgow town. Oh, I've come to hunt some hussies in Glasgow town. Well, now the reason I arose is to get myself some clothes, but I'd really get sell if I called a load of grun. But I whispered to myself, well, I think I might as well. I'll hang around for a while and have some fun. Whoa, I'll hang around for a while and have some fun. Well, now a man put out his light on a cold and wintry night. I showed him one of my eyes and slapped his head. Well, he says who and I says boo. He said, who the hell are you? I said, don't be feared, I'm only a man that's dead. Oh, don't be feared, I'm only a man that's dead. Well, now the fellow knelt and prayed, and this is what he said. Oh, why in the name of God did you pick on me? So I pulled away his rug, and I scalped him one in the lug. The reasons is I'll very soon let you see. Whoa, the reasons is I'll very soon let you see. Well, now he brought the police in. Well, I battered him one in the chin. The police turned around and blamed my friend. Well, they marched him to the jail. Well, he'll be in there quite a while, but I'll see nobody takes a single in. Whoa, I'll see nobody takes a single in. Now the police thought him daft, and a lot of people laughed when the fella said a ghost was in his house. But what the fellow said was true, and I might be visiting you. So just remember I'm still on the loose. Oh, just remember I'm still on the loose. Last night. I'm going to hand you back to Johnny.
Thanks, Andy. This is a particular song. It's got another great chorus. It's kind of a cappella. It's really all about the Romans not getting past Glasgow. I'm not much further than me. 10,000 Roman soldiers to the Highlands they came north, and they had conquered millions for the Tiber to the Forth. They landed near Loch Lomond. For the night they thought they'd lie, but frae somewhere on the Cobbler Hill they heard this terrible cry.
That's a good bit.
We're Gregor-lie, Gregor-loo, come up and fight, your cowardly crew. I'll have you for my pot of stew. You're fair to fight with me. That's the chorus, right? Try again. We're Gregor-lie, Gregor-loo, come up and fight, your cowardly crew. I'll have you for my pot of stew. You're fair to fight with me.
You don't know it.
Do you not know that? You must know that one. We'll keep going anyway. On top was a bearded healing man with a kilt and a big claymore. He looked a bit ferocious, so old Caesar sent up 4. Then he sat down to supper by the bright light o' the moon. But he lost his taste for vino when 4 heats came rolling down. We a Griggle-eye, Griggle-oo, come up and fight your curly crew. I'll have you for my pot of stew. You're fair to fight with me. Then he sent up Mark Antony with another 55. Go bring to me that rascal's heat, or I'll have ye skinned alive. They heard a clash of metal then, until the night was done. But then there came this terrible cry, with the rising o' the sun. We're Griggle-eye, Griggle-oo, come up and fight your curly crew. I'll have you for my pot of stew. You're fair to fight with me. He next sent up 1,000 men, this healing man to crack. But out of all that 1,000, there was only 1 came back. Oh, Caesar, screamed the soldier, with his heat all black and blue. That rascal has been kidding us, there's no just 1 but 2. We're Griggle-eye, Griggle-oo, come up and fight your curly crew. I'll have you for my pot of stew. You're fair to fight with me. So Caesar picked his suitcase up and he ran southwards then. He was doing 80 miles an hour, but he couldn't catch his men. Now maybe you will wonder why I've told this tale at all. Well, it has a simple moral, and they call it Hadrian's Wall. We're Griggle-eye, Griggle-oo, come up and fight your curly crew. I'll have you for my pot of stew. You're fair to fight with me.
Johnny Cameron, ladies and gentlemen. Superb. Did you like that? Did you like this one?
This is a wee song called Benny Lynch. The words in this are fantastic, kind of double meaning, and it's, at the end it really shows for what it is. So that's for the chorus. The whole of the river sang Benny has been, Benny has been, Benny has been, down in the city that never was mean. We all sang Benny has been. Up from the heart of the Gorbals he rose, don't tramp on his toes, for everyone knows. From then on when we see the bend in your nose, we'll all sing Benny has been. The whole of the river sang Benny has been, Benny has been, Benny has been, down in the city that never was mean. We all sang Benny has been. Down to the shows Benny went as a youth, to fight in the booth. I'll tell you the truth, Benny's the big man was short of a tooth, as he sang young Benny has been. The whole of the river sang Benny has been, Benny has been, Benny has been,
Down in the city that never was mean, we all sang Benny has been.
To Manchester City, young Benny went down to meet Jackie Brown. He piped up the crown. He came back in triumph to old Glasgow town, and the city sang Benny has been.
The whole of the river sang Benny has been, Benny has been, Benny has been. Down in the city that never was mean, we all sang Benny has been.
He beat small Montana, he floored Peter King, sent him back to train, then down to McGinn. The wishpin of boxing inflicted more pain, and the city sang Benny has been.
The whole of the river sang Benny has been, Benny has been, Benny has been. Down in the city that never was mean, we all sang Benny has been.
So the city had TB, the city had booze. The victims she chose and send out the news that Benny would win and then Benny would lose. And the city sang Benny has been.
The whole of the river sang Benny has been, Benny has been, Benny has been. Down in the city that never was mean, we all sang Benny has been.
And again.
The whole of the river sang Benny has been, Benny has been, Benny has been. Down in the city that never was mean, we all sang Benny has been.
One more time.
The whole of the river sang Benny has been, Benny has been, Benny has been. Down in the city that never was mean, we all sang Benny has been.
We all sang Benny has been. We all sang Benny has been.
Johnny Cameron, ladies and gentlemen. Give a big clap.
1, 2.
Now it's doing to me again. This song that Matt wrote back in the 60s, I think, inspired Joe Dolce to write a wee song called Shut Up a Your Face. If you believe that, I wouldn't believe anything, but there you go. We think that's what happened. It's a song called Tony Capaldi. Johnny's going to start it off. How's it go again? It goes like just one cornetto. We used to have an accordion player, but he's half sick. Can't go to the house, he's too fat. Ice at the cream, Tony Capaldi, ice at the cream, 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 cream. My name is Tony Capaldi and I come from Napoli. I was very fond of the girls and they were fond of me. The one that broke my heart was a lassie called Marie. I had to leave the country cause her father was after me. Ice at the cream, Tony Capaldi, ice at the cream, 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 cream. I landed up in Glasgow with my only property, a little barrel organ and a monkey called McLean. I didn't know the language, but the children taught it to me. And as I roamed around the town, they sang so merrily. Ice at the cream, Tony Capaldi, ice at the cream, 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 cream. I sold my barrel organ for a bicycle and block. I bought some sugar and water and flour and frozen water blocks. I threw them in a great big pot and churned them all around. And I make the sweetest ice at the cream in the whole of Glasgow town. Ice at the cream, Tony Capaldi, ice at the cream, 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 cream. I opened up a little cafe here by Ballad. I sold my little bicycle and I bought a beautiful van. And now as I roam round the streets, you'll hear the children scream. Oh, here come Tony Capaldi. He make a lovely ice cream. Ice cream, Tony Capaldi. Ice cream, 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 cream. And so I make my fortune and return to Napoli. Usually see the smiles upon the face of the fair Marie. Hey, like a Tony Capaldi now, he give his daughter to me. And we return to Glasgow town to raise a family. I said a cream, Tony Capaldi. I said a cream, 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 cream. I said a cream. You need more than that to help the giraffes to sing that one.
Andy Hamilton. This is a song about a lot of shit, actually. Didn't mean to say that, Paul. Sorry, love.
Oh, you're going to get your washed out with soap.
It is actually about that, though. Many days ago, when the city's had terrible problems with getting rid of manure, there had to be somebody going around shoveling it up. And Matt McGinn. Oh, my fault. It's not that at all.
Talking Keith. It's me next, again.
I'll come back to that one in a minute.
Come here, tune, Johnny. Can't find it.
Another tune, right, hang on.
Oh, that's a good one.
Got it?
Well done. Now, is Alex Osborne in? No. That's Matt's nephew. His other nephew, not the one that was on playing earlier, and who, by the way, was superb. Different class. We've got to say, well done to that guy. Give you a round of applause. But Alex isn't in. But Alex told us a story about how Matt, he was playing up in Aviemore, I think. Alex used to play guitar for Matt from time to time. And Matt sometimes didn't stay in the same key that the guys would start off in. And he would always blame the guys who were playing for getting it wrong, and it was never the guys, it was always him. So this is where we kind of a idea of what it might have been like to play with him. And it key changes 6 times. That's a bit of doing for these guys. No for me, because I don't even know where I am. But anyway. Is it a chorus in this? I think it's like a... We don't know. I've lost the place completely. Anyway.
Where's the plot?
Ur we can suka bara chocolate. We win suka bara day. We win suka bara chocolate. We win suka bara day. Oh Jordan suka bara chocolate. Oh Jordan suka bara day. Oh Jordan suka bara chocolate. Oh Jordan suka bara day. I'm gonna jump up, sit down, suka bara chocolate. Jump up, sit down, suka bara day. Jump up, sit down, suka bara chocolate. Jump up, sit down, suka bara day. Oh, job day, suka bara chocolate. Oh, job day, suka bara day. Oh, job day, suka bara chocolate. Oh, job day, suka bara day. Up to you guys. Can sippin' up a whiskey, early Wayne, sippin' up a day, early Wayne, sippin' up a whiskey, early Wayne, sippin' up a day, oh Joe Day, sippin' up a whiskey, oh Joe Day, sippin' up a day, oh Joe Day, sippin' up a whiskey, oh Joe Day, sippin' up a day. I'm gonna jump up, sit down, sippin' up a whiskey, jump up, sit down, sippin' up a day, jump up, sit down, sippin' up a whiskey, jump up, sit down, sippin' up a day. Oh, Jordan, sippin' up a whiskey. Oh, Jordan, sippin' up a day. Oh, Jordan, sippin' up a whiskey. Oh, Jordan, sippin' up a day. Okay. Early Wayne can chew a pack of chew gum. Early Wayne chew a pack a day. Early Wayne chew a pack of chew gum. Early Wayne chew a pack a day. Oh, Jordan, chew a pack of chew gum. Oh, Jordan, chew a pack a day. Oh, Jordan, chew a pack of chew gum. Oh, Jordan, chew a pack a day. gonna jump up, sit down, chew a pack of chewing gum. Jump up, sit down, chew a pack a day. Jump up, sit down, chew a pack of chewing gum. Jump up, sit down, chew a pack a day. Out your day, chew a pack of chewing gum. Out your day, chew a pack a day. Out your day, chew a pack of chewing gum. Out your day, chew a pack a day. Sharp guy. Early Wayne, shook a bar of chocolate. Early Wayne, shook a bar a day. Early Wayne, shook a bar of chocolate. Early Wayne, shook a bar a day. Early Wayne, sipping up a whiskey. Early Wayne, sipping up a day. Early Wayne, sipping up a whiskey. Early Wayne, sipping up a day. Up to B flat. Early Wayne, chew a pack of chewing gum. Early Wayne, chew a pack a day. Early Wayne, chew a pack of chewing gum. Well, early Wayne, chew a pack a day. That separates the men from the boys up here. Well done, the guys. Well done. Apart from the bow-round player, he doesn't need to change key with that. It's Johnny Esther.
Right, back to this song was all about shoveling manure. Keech, right, we'll keep it as simple as that.
Can't you say shit, because that wee lassie's
I don't think as many people could have written a song like this, but again, another tribute to Matt McGinn. It's fantastic. I have heard men complaining on the jobs that...
You got it right first time, pal? Got it right. Stop laughing.
I forgot the tune.
Well, I've heard men.
I have heard men complain
That's it.
of the jobs that they're doing, whether hooking the coal or digging the drain. But whatever they are, there is none can compare with a man that's done shoveling manure, manure. We manure, manure. We manure, manure. We manure, 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 manure. Now the streets of the town were all covered around with stuff that was colourful, golden and brown. It was put there, of course, by a big Clydesdale horse, and they called it manure, manure, manure. We manure, manure. We manure, manure. We manure, 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 manure. Now I followed its track with a shovel and sack, and as oft time as not with a pain in my back. It was off for the rent and the wonderful scent. Oh, manure, 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 manure. We manure, manure. We manure, manure. We manure, 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 manure. Now I'm feeling gay sore, for my job's been 10 hours, and everything new is mechanical poor. And the roses that grow have nae odour, oh no. Nae manure, 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 manure. We manure, manure. We manure, manure. We manure, 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 manure. Well sung.
Johnny, come on.
Last one.
This is the last one for us, folks. We've got to hand you over to the rest of the guys, you know what I mean? It's a short night, and everybody's got to get a shot. I've got 8 grandwains, and this is what they say to me every night I see them. Garanda, garanda. He fell out of the veranda. How they kept him away in the panda. Ah, the rock and the southerly. That was the chorus. We're going to make his all sing it, by the way. You know this. Ian Wiley, how you doing, pal? Now, they're a singer, if ever there was, one of Glasgow's finest, is in to see us tonight. Plays in a wee band called Pipe Dream. If you ever looking for a wedding band, he's the very man. We're going to start again, Ian. We want to hear you this time. Garanda, garanda. He fell out of the veranda. Oh, they kept him away in the panda. Ah, the rock and the southerly. Oh, granny, granny. She was full of the land. She battered his heat with a tranny, 'cause they switched on Radio 3. Chorus! Garanda, garanda. He fell out the veranda. Oh, they kept him away in the panda. Had the rock and the southerly. Oh, mommy, mommy. She kicked up around me. Battered my granny with a chamois for acting so drunkenly. Chorus again. Oh, garanda, garanda. He fell out the veranda. Oh, they kept him away in the panda. Ah, the drunk and disorderly. Be solo for the boys. Oh, the doctor said Jeannie Wright is a doctor. He had it, mammy, so he choked and he made a wee orphan of me. Oh, garanda, garanda. He fell out of the veranda. Oh, they kept him away in the panda. Ah, the rock and the southerly. Oh, daddy, daddy. He said he was glad. He told me if I'm a good laddie, that they'd get a new man before me. Last time we got it. Oh, garanda, garanda. He fell out of the veranda. They kept him away in a panda. Ah, the drunk and disorder. One more time I was lying. Oh, garanda, garanda. He fell out of the veranda. Oh, they kept him away in a panda. Ah, the drunk and disorder. Drunk and disorder. Drunk and disorderly. Thank you very much, folks. That's all from us. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, welcome back, folks, to the second set. I was just going to say, I've been working up in Inverness. I've been living up in Inverness actually for 7 years or so, and I've been working up there for the last 15 to 18 years. It's a bit of a blur, I'm not sure, it could be 25. But anyway, it's pleasing to tell in some of the gigs I play, I play up in Inverness, Fort William, over the west coast, Gairloch, Ullapool, and it's great for me the amount of times I'm playing in a pub somewhere, and you're playing a wee folk set, and it's quite often people come up and say, "Excuse me, pal, do you know any Matt McGinn?" I go, "Aye, as a matter of fact, I do." And it's, and I do sing a lot of Matt's songs. In Inverness, some of the pubs, they're always asking for Matt's stuff. But I remember playing a gig in the McGawkins bar in Tobermory in the Isle of Mull, and my mate Steve and I, we just finished this gig, stomping night, end of the night, everybody leaves, and the manager says, "Go on and get a wee pint." I say, "So a big pint would be nice. Pint of Guinness for me, pint of lager for my mate." My mate Steve, incidentally, he's about 3 years younger than me, So we're standing having a banter with the manager. Next minute I hears this voice singing, I'm nobody's child. I'm nobody's child. This guy with one eye opened. They must have heard the Glasgow accents and it associates this song with Glasgow. So he kind of staggered up, you know, and I started singing to him. He's somebody's Wayne. He's somebody's Wayne. Somebody smells as if he's crawled out a drain. Nobody wants him, friends he has none. Give him a bar of carbolic for he's somebody's Wayne. As I was slowly passing the orphan's home one day, a scruffy-looking urchin come up and barred my way. He pointed two horns towards me that never seen a wash. He rudely stuck them in my face and shouted, "Tongues, ya bass!" He's somebody's Wayne. He's somebody's Wayne. Somebody smells as if he's crawled out a drain. Nobody wants him, friends he has none. Give him a bar of carbolic for he's somebody's Wayne. And this guy says, "Who was that?" He's kind of posh, this guy, you know. Who sang that? I says, "Oh, Matt McGinn is one of his wee parodies, you know." And he went, "Oh, Matt McGinn." And he knew Matt. And he said, "I know a wee song." I was singing, "I'm looking for a job." And I sang a couple of songs. So anyway, we had a wee banter and sang a wee sing song. Eventually the manager says, "Right, Malcolm, up the road for you, pal." So we kind of walked in the door. My mate Steve and I, who, as I say, is about 3 years younger than me, right? So he gets to the door. And the manager says, "Right, Mark, you lived at the top of this brae, Tobermore away." I don't know how he was going to get home. But anyway, he turns to me and he says, "I enjoyed your company, and I enjoyed the sing-song and the banter. I just hope I didn't offend you, or your son." And he points to my mate. I said, "I've had a hard paper around, give us a break, you know." But, I mean, it's quite often I meet Glaswegian people. And just going to finish that story by saying, when he walked away, I was going to say to him, "Good night, Malcolm. Thanks for your wit and repartee, you cheeky bastard." But I never just says, "Good night, Malcolm." But when you meet Glaswegian people and you mention Matt McGinn, they quite often swear. You know, they say, you mention Matt, especially at a certain age, and they're into the folk scenes, for example, and they'll say, "Oh, Matt McGinn, oh, that man was effing brilliant he was." It's the same as mentioning Jimmy Johnston or something, you know. And talking about effing and blinding, there's a beautiful little town just outside Edinburgh. It's 955.5 miles outside Edinburgh. It's actually in France. And it's famous for its honey. There's lots of bees there. It's also famous for making its gendarmes truncheons, or policemen's buttons, as the French like to call them. You can give us a wee horn. He kept bees in the old town of Effin. An effing beekeeper was he. And one day this big effing beekeeper was stung by a big effing bee. Now the big effing beekeeper's wee effing wife, for the big effing police she ran. For there's no one can sort out a big effing bee like a big effing policeman can. For the big effing policeman, he done his nut and he ran down the main effing street. And his horn was a big effing button. He had big effing boots on his feet. But the big effing police got hold of the big effing bee, twisted the effing bee's wings. But the big effing bee got its own back, because the big effing bee had two stings. Now they're both in the effing museum, and the effing folk often come see the remains of the big effing police stung to death by the big effing bee. I'm not really allowed to swear because my mammy's here. Right, I'm going to sing this wee song, which is one of Matt's more serious songs, and it's kind of apt to the May Day thing, which was very close to Matt's heart, and the whole fight for inequality in this very ill-divided world we live in. This is a wee song called Rich Man's Paradise. Thanks, Kenny. Rich man's paradise, poor man's hell. Rich man's paradise, I bid fare thee well. Bread and roses all the way for a chosen few. You ain't thinking of me, my friend, but I'll be thinking of you. There is no pity down in the city. Gentlemen with heads held high won't see the homeless lady with a little homeless baby. Little teardrops come glistening in his eyes. Rich man's paradise, poor man's hell. Rich man's paradise, I bid fare thee well. Bread and roses all the way for the chosen few. You ain't thinking of me, my friend, but I'll be thinking of you. Shipyard towns are dying, shipyard folk are crying, fearful of the things being done. But they won't hear them wailing, but you will see them sailing. With their morning clouds they'll hide the golden sun. Rich man's paradise, poor man's hell. Rich man's paradise, I bid fare thee well. Bread and roses all the way for the chosen few. You ain't thinking of me, my friend, but I'll be thinking of you. Sunday bells are ringing, you will hear them singing songs of praise, the Lord on high. They will read the lesson, call down heaven's blessing, living through their Sunday morning light. Rich man's paradise, poor man's hell. Rich man's paradise, I would fare thee well. Bread and roses all the way for the chosen few. You ain't thinking of me, my friend, but I'll be thinking of you. Then we'll go one more time. Rich man's paradise, poor man's hell. Rich man's paradise, I bid fare thee well. Bread and roses all the way for the chosen few. You ain't thinking of me, my friend, but I'll be thinking of you. You ain't thinking of me, my friend, but I'll be thinking of you. Thank you. More of the genius of Matt McGinn, and more coming up. This band is another band consisting of some great musicians, great singers, and also playing with this band is a man that's organised tonight, Mr. Jim McKenna. So hats off to Jim for with other people helping him, including Matt's wife Jeanette, who's very instrumental in helping everybody who's organising nights like this. She's just brilliant. So put your hands together for Reawakening.
Right, my name is Duncan Brown. Our team are called, amongst other things, Reawakening. The first 10 songs that you heard were just absolutely brilliant. and I know you're going to enjoy our songs as well. We've done quite a few whole shows purely on the life and music of Matt McGinn in the past, over the past few years. We're in fact getting a wee bit of a cult following now. I think they're called Hare Krishnas, and I wish they'd just bloody leave us alone. But Jim McKenna here asked me to do the introductions to the songs and also the drawings for the slides to illustrate the stories, all of which I'm happy to do. But I'm not a Matt McGinn expert by any manner of means, so be gentle with me. I'll do my best for Matt and his family here. I always find these lights, every time we do it, just a wee bit too hot in my baldy head, so I always bring a wee bit of protection for it, you know. What is it? Matt's wife Jeanette keeps coming to see us. I must be to see if we can get it right this time. Our first song is called I Owe You, an institution well kent throughout Glasgow over the years, its characters. And I have to tell you a story before we start about started with a remark from my mother-in-law. She's 86 now, and we brought her into Glasgow one day for a day a bit of shopping, and we were coming down for the bars there, approaching the Glasgow Cross there, and the wee pub in the corner there was, Effie had said, "Oh, there's no characters like there used to be in Glasgow in the old days." No sooner out her mouth, and this wee guy walked round the corner up for the salt market, carrying a front door with him. And the guys that were standing outside the pub having a smoke, they obviously kent him. And one of them said, "Where are you going with that, Willie?" And Willie says, "I've lost my key." There'll be perfectly good reasons for all these answers, by the way, but the guy with the smoke said, "You better not lost the door then, you'll not get in." So Willie said, "It's all right," he said, "I've left the window." So the guy says, "When you come in for a pint first anyway, well, before you go any further," so he says, "That's a good idea." So away he went in and rested the door up on the bar, next to a guy who was lying out of the bar. And well, he says, "James, he said a skinfy." And the barman says, No, he said, "He's only had the one." Well, he says, "Well, I want whatever he's had then." The barman said, "Certainly." But this next song was inspired by Matt's early married life when he found himself without a job, a wife, and 2 small children to support. And a pile of bills come in the door one day. I think we've all been there, eh? But Matt had the talent to write a bloody song about it, called I Owe You.
1, 2, 3, 4.
An HP man fae Palmadie came to me fae Palmadie. An HP man he pestered me for an IOU. See, you'll want a motor car, Jaguar, right you are. I'll give you your motor car, give me your IOU. For an IOU, for an IOU, for an IOU, for an IOU, for an IOU. Insurance man fi Cambuslang came along fi Cambuslang. Says in case your car goes wrong, give me your IOU. Garage man in Burnbank filled my tank in Burnbank. Now he has got me to thank for an IOU. For an IOU, for an IOU, for an IOU, for an IOU, for an IOU. On that car I've travelled far, Tadenbar, Balmaha. Now I'm off to Aracar for an IOU. A pole this car is chasing me, racing me, chasing me. If they should catch up with me, they'll take me IOU. For an IOU, for an IOU, for an IOU, for an IOU, for an IOU. For an IOU, for an IOU, for an IOU, for an IOU, for an IOU.
If you think you're hard worked, have a look at this next slide. And think again. Miners had a tough time at, and every folk singer has a good miners song in his repertoire. I'm going to tell you a good miner story before we get into the song. An ex-policeman, retired friend of mine, Bob Finlay, told me a story one day about his walking club. He goes walking every second Sunday with the Blantyre Hamilton Walking Club. And they were on a bus and they were heading north. They were going to be walking up the Rannochmoor area. And there was an old guy on the bus with them for the first time, and he was about 80, 81 year old. And after introductions, Bob said to him, the walks that we go, there's always two routes. There's a more strenuous route for them that's used to it, and a not so strenuous route for them that's no. But the destination at the end of it is the same, so we'll all meet up at the same bit. But whatever way you go the day, it's still a long walk. It's a hell of a long walk today. So this old guy said, don't talk to me about long walks, I'll tell you about long walks, he said. So Bob said, what are you talking about? He said, well, during the war, I was one of the Bevan boys. Being a Bevan boy was something that a politician dreamt up. If you couldn't go and fight during the war, then they found you another job. Usually it was working down the pits. And this is what this old guy had done. He was sent down the pits. And he thought, he just got into the lift, went down and worked away. And he explained how they all got, about 30 odds of them, huckled into this medieval iron cage, which dropped down into the bells of hell. And they wondered when it was going to stop. But when it did hit the bottom, he said, thank God for that. Get out the cage, get the pick, and just start howking away at the coal. Not at all. Out the cage, you had to walk to the coal face, which was miles away, under the grun. So they're walking. And then one of the other guys, the Bevan boys that was with him, said, I know why the Germans are fighting us. And he said, how's that? He says, because we're stealing their fucking coal. Matt McGinn was no exception when it came to sympathy for the miners. This was his response on a day visit to a pit whilst he was at Oxford, under a load of grun.
Under a load of grun, though, under a load of grun, dead or alive below, under a load of grun, though, under a load of grun, though, under a load of grun. Dead or alive below, on a load of grun. There's some the jobs that take them far, some that take them high. I've a job that keeps me low for a mining man of mine. It's 18 years has come and gone since first I wore the lamp. Every time I think on him, it's enough to give me the cramps. Under a load of grun, though, under a load of grun, dead or alive below, under a load of grun. Back in 1943, when Bevan was your man, I tried to dodge the soldiers and I fell for Ernie's plan. But it scarcely touched the bottom afore my heat was sere, hanging again a 3-foot roof and crawling about like a bear. Under a load of grun, though, under a load of
the grun. Dead or alive, alive below, another the grun.
All the battles they had raging in and me scared as hell. If I'd have known where I was gonna, I'd chased out all myself. For a dozen times I volunteered, gathered a taste for war, but the Gordons and the HL, I said just stay where you are. Honor alow the grun, oh, honor alow the grun.
Dead or alive, alive below, honor alow the grun.
Well, these babbing boys, a man now is growing old and grey. Come to the fit of the Malky pit and you'll find them there today. For you'll all be doing afore you're done along with me in the mall. You'll be coming to rest your bones, you'll all be out and cold. Honor alow the grun, oh, honor alow the grun.
Dead or alive, alive below, honor alow the grun.
So if ever ye gie your fire a poke, or ye mask a cup of tea, just think on Ernie Bevan and have a wee thought for me. Honor alow the grun, oh, honor alow the grun. Dead or alive, alive below, honor alow the grun, oh, honor alow the grun, oh, honor alow the grun. Dead or alive, alive below, honor alow the grun.
A very romantic song next, seriously. Myself, I came from an area where when you met a female, the romantic conversation went along the lines of, "You must have flattened a bit of grass in your day, hen, eh?" Or, "I bet you've seen more ceilings than Michelangelo, doll." A pal of mine from Castlemilk told me just recently there, the other night, they were getting ready for bed and his wife was getting changed just a wee bit too close to the bedroom window. And Jim started his foreplay by saying to her, "Come away from that window, folk will think I've married you for your money." A romantic gesture from Matt here. Now, here's an interesting one. I remember talking to Jeanette. When they got married, 1950, it's when I was born, but when they got married, Matt wanted to buy Jeanette a nice ring. And she said, "Look," she said, "we haven't a bed to sleep on, a table to eat off it, or a chair to sit on. Wait till we've got these things, and then you can buy me something like that." So he said, "Aye, all right." But he went out and bought her something meanwhile. Then he put words on it later on. He said, "For Christmas I bought her a wee golden ring, but then it made me embarrassed. I forgot the first thing turns green in the spring was jewellery bought at the bars." But I'm getting too far away from the real romance of this next song, so just ignore me. Because Matt did actually write some very tender love songs. You have to judge for yourself. Eternity would soon be over.
Each day I spend my love without you. Each long, long day is as a year. Each smile I smile with arms about you. When you are gone, becomes a tear. eternity would soon be over if I could spend it with my love. When autumn brings her gentle breezing, I count each leaf when I'm alone, but I count no leaf, I count no season. When the lips I love are on my own, eternity would soon be over if I could spend it with my love. These arms are waiting to enfold my soul delight. Send my joys all escalating and put these lonely hours to flight. Eternity would soon be over if I could spend it with my love. Eternity would soon be over if I could spend it with my love. Thank you.
Didn't the diversity, one man's music here just knock you out? It's fantastic. Next song's called Lots of Little Soldiers. Matt regarded war as a means of making a few people rich by capitalising on the lives of others. You think they care a toss about the innocent people in the Middle East right now? Don't get me started. That's all about getting rich from or for oil. If they were concerned about injustices that were happening in the world, why don't they send troops into China, or Jordan, or Africa, or Lark Hall? My arse. Felt as if I was losing the place a bit there, Jim. Here's Matt's song for it, Lots of Little Soldiers.
It's for the outgoing Tony Blair. Oh, my name was what you may call me, and my father's was as well. Of the little games he taught me, now the story I will tell. I'd lots of little soldiers, and as sure as the day would come, I'd send them into battle at the beating o' the drum. And I put them all up on the table, marched them all around, and I battered them with me cannonballs, and I watched them falling down. I'd lots of little crosses there to lay upon the dead, patched up all the wounded ones, and I sent them home to bed. Now whenever I went to me neighbours for a nickel or a dime to buy some little soldiers just to pass away the time, they were always very kindly at supplying me with guns. Some of them even let me play at soldiers with their sons, and I put them all up on the table, marched them all around, and I battered them with me cannonballs, and I watched them falling down. I'd lots of little crosses there to lay upon the dead, patched up all the wounded ones, and I sent them home to bed. Now whenever I went into the shop to buy me guns and tanks, the man in the shop smell patted me head and he whispered thanks. If it wasn't for your soldier games, don't know what to do. You keep my business busy, son, here's an extra few. And I put them all up on the table, marched them all around, and I battered them with me cannonballs, and I watched them falling down. I had lots of little crosses there to lay upon the dead, patched up all the wounded ones, and I sent them home to bed. Now one day I bought some aeroplanes, but this was what I found when I sent them into battle to help me soldiers on the ground. Blew up all me soldiers and they proved a terrible flop, and I had to buy another 100 crosses from the shop. And I put them all up on the table, marched them all around, and I battered them with me cannonballs, and I watched them falling down. I had lots of little crosses there to lay upon the dead, patched up all the wounded ones, and I sent them home to bed. Now I'd very much like to teach this game of soldiers and the guns to my 14 lovely daughters and me 7 handsome sons. The man in the shop sold me a bomb, took it from the shelf, blew up all me soldiers, all me neighbours and myself.
How many people could we remember who couldn't afford to pay the vans when they came round the street? The butcher's vans, the baker's vans, the fish vans, the ice cream vans, the chip vans. They would take the goods, but they had to pay for them by some other means. I know of one woman who was in the back of this guy's van after he'd finished his shift, and she said to him in her silkiest Cranhill voice, "I want you to kiss me somewhere dirty, Davy." So Davy drove her down to Finnieston. I'm saying no more on the subject. Enjoy the song Sugary Cake and Candy Man.
Sugary cake and candy man. I have a beautiful grocery van. Oh, the lady standing wait, well, down in the Pollock estate for the sugary cake and candy man. Now if your man becomes redundant, you can still have things abundant. If you're signing on the dole, you're assured of a wee Swiss roll from the sugary cake and candy man. I'm the sugary cake and candy man. I have a beautiful grocery van. Oh, the lady standing wait, we're down in the Pollock estate for the sugary cake and candy man. Now I call all the ladies honey, I very seldom ask for money. I'm a generous man, you'll find, when you're getting a bit behind with the sugary cake and candy man. I'm the sugary cake and candy man. I have a beautiful grocery van. Oh, the lady standing wait, we're down in the Pollock estate for the sugary cake and candy man. there's nobody stands a chance against me. I am assured of all the votes. I'm the man who supplies the roads. I'm the sugary cake and candy man. I am the sugary cake and candy man. I have a beautiful grocery van. Oh, the ladies stand and wait. We're down in the Pollock estate for the sugary cake and candy man. Don't tell your man you've been in my van. I'm the sugary cake and candy man. Thank you.
Domine, Domine. There was none like John McLean, the fighting Domine. The word means teacher. It's Scots from the Latin word dominus, which is master. Do you know what Gaelic is for teacher? Tuchta. It's almost the same spelling. So the next time that you laugh at somebody called a tuchta, it's actually you that needs educated. But no after this, no. McGinn's song about the great tragic hero of Red Clydeside starts with his release from jail in Peterhead, 1917. His return to Glasgow was met by the biggest gathering in the history of the city. He'd been jailed for speaking out against the war, but authorities were forced to release him due to public pressure. He was the right side of the people and the wrong side of the law. Some of Matt's ashes are scattered on John McLean's grave. This is the Ballad of John McLean.
John McLean, the fighting Domine. Tell me where you're gone, lad, and who you're going to meet. I'm headed for a station that's in Buchanan Street. I'll join 200,000 there to meet the train, bringing back to Glasgow to Newry. John McLean gonna tell me what he's been, lad, and why has he been there? They've had him in a prison cell for preaching in the square. But Johnny held his finger at all the ills he saw. He was right side o' the people, he was wrong side o' the law. Domine, Domine, there was none like John McLean, the fighting Domine. Well, Johnny was a teacher in one of Glasgow schools. The golden rule was silence, but Johnny broke the rules. For a world of social justice, young Johnny couldn't wait. He took his chalk and easel to the men at the shipyard gate, and he showed them how the government were making money on their fist, grinding down the people with a fiddle and a twist. Aided and abetted by preachers and the press, John called for revolution and he called for nothing less. Domine, Domine, there was none like John McLean, the fighting Domine. And the judges united as one man. Johnny posed a problem to their 1418 plan. Well, they wanted men for slaughter in the fields of Armentiers. John called upon the people to smash the profiteers. So they took him to a courtroom in Edinburgh town. Still he didn't cower, no, he firmly held his ground. Stoutly he defended his every word and deed. 5 years was his sentence in the jail at Peterhead. Dominie, Dominie, there was none like John McLean, the fighting Dominie. Now for 7 months he lingered in prison misery, till the people rose in fury in Glasgow and Dundee. Lord George and all his cronies were shaken to the core. The prison gates were opened up and John was free once more. Dominie, Dominie, there was none like John McLean, the fighting Dominie, 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 there was none like John McLean, the fighting Dominie.
As you can see, this next song is about the Highlands of Scotland, my subject. I love the stories about Americans when they come to Scotland looking for their roots. They're as entitled to anybody to claim descent from our great country. But they almost every one of them get a jolt at some point in their search. I remember going with the Burns Club 2 or 3 years ago on a trip to the Trossachs. I was playing pipes now and again and just enjoying the older men's crack. When the bus stopped, dropped us off at a pub for a toilet and a blather over a wee refreshment before the next stage of the journey. Now you can't beat the older guys when it comes to the crack. And there was this poor American guy in the pub who thought he had died and gone to heaven when he realised he was in the company of people who actually knew a lot about Robert Burns. He was intent on educating everybody about what he knew about Bobby Burns. He was Bobby Burns and this and Bobby Burns and that. There's a wee guy from Larkhall, I know, wee Willie McIntosh. Willie's dead now. Willie said, he nudged me and he said, he nodded in the direction of the barman who was getting thoroughly pissed off with this guy. And the barman says to him, "You seem to know an awful lot about Robbie Burns, sir." "What I know about Bobby Burns," he said, "I could fill a book." The barman, still pulling the pint, said, "Aye, and what you don't know could fill a fucking bookcase." It just went totally over his head. Was it the same American that asked the wee Scots boy up in Fort William, "Does it always rain like this up here?" "I don't know yet," says the wee guy, "I'm only 6. Jeanette McGinn said that this song is untypical of Matt. I think I know what she means, but because it's untypical of Matt, I would say it's very typical of Matt. So varied was his output and his imagination. That, I guess, is what makes a man special, original, and beautiful. Like this song, "I Hae Seen the Highlands."
I was born in dear old Glasgow, in a Gallagher tenement. When people spoke of my bonny land, I never knew what they meant. But then I took to travel, and I moved far land. I speak with love and pride, for I've seen the Highland, and I've seen the low, and I will brag on my native land wherever I may go. Old nature took a tantrum, many's the age gone by, to outdo all of her wondrous works. She thought she'd pay a try. She toiled and she thundered, she rumbled and she rolled. She made the Highlands of Scotland, then she threw away them all. For I have seen the Highlands, and I have seen the low, and I will brag on my native land wherever I may go. Come rambling up by Open, strolling down by Perth, and the rugged hills of Argyllshire find the sweetest place on earth. Go gazing by the Cullens, see the Lomond in the mist, and the lovely island of Mulla, here the songbird at its best. For I've seen the Highlands, and I've seen the low, and I will brag on my native land wherever I may go. The Irish and the English, the African and Turk, for a world of joy and harmony, together we will work on the shore of foreign brothers. We'll lay no robber's hand, and all we'll wish is to toil and work in our own native land. For I have seen the Highlands, and I have seen the low, and I will brag on my native land wherever I may go, and I will brag on my native land wherever I may go. Thank you.
Oh, I'm there. Is that us finished? Hey, I defy anybody not to be completely knocked out by this next number. This is my favourite. Matt McGinn sings the blues, I write. I promise you this is quite superb. My friend Paul McKenna here singing Troubled Waters.
waters that knew no kin. The winds were wailing all those waters, and my sorrow you know them. Troubled waters, troubled waters, troubled waters in my soul. I've been drinking troubled waters to ease my mind, but in these waters, troubled waters, no solace could I find. Troubled waters, troubled waters, troubled waters in my soul. Troubled waters, troubled waters, troubled waters in my soul. Storm clouds gather, all those waters, no heaven.
Rolling Hills of the Border, right? Rolling Hills of the Border now. Right, we'll do that now. We're doing that now. That is next.
The Union's next.
No, we're doing Rolling Hills of the Border. Then we'll do the Union. Aye, and then we'll do the Union.
All right. We change the plan. This particular song is about another part of Scotland which obviously impressed Matt each time he passed through it. Different slide. Change the slide. I'll do it.
It's the same slide. It's the same slide.
No, I had a Union man. He was so impressed that I think he wrote this song on a bus on the way to a gig. If I mention names like the Tweed, the Teviot, the Ettrick Valley, the Cheviots, Abbotsford, Dryborough, Roslin, Solway, Moss, Dumfries and Galloway, yeah, the nature of the borders of Scotland and England meant that in the past, when an English army came raiding over the border, much as they did the other day, they were looking for votes. The first place to experience the burning and the plunder was the borders. The horror of that image is one thing, but when you look at the actual landscape, you would scarce believe it. You could almost forget the past horrible history when you see those gentle rolling hills of the borders. It's so peaceful. That's what Matt saw. And for that beautiful image came this beautiful song, The Rolling Hills of the Borders.
Now, a young lad came to learn guitar off me about 6 months ago, and then he brought this young lass down to sing. So I thought, well, we're doing the show, we'll just give them a chance and bring them on. He's 14, she's 15. Put your hands together for Connor and April.
When I die, bury me low, where I can hear the bonny tweed flow, a sweeter place I never will know than the rolling hills of the border. I've traveled far and wandered wide, seen the Hudson and the Clyde, courted by Loch Lomond side, but I really love the borders. When I die, bury me low, where I can hear the bonny tweed flow, a sweeter place I never did know than the rolling hills of the borders. Well do I have mind o' the day, with my lass I strolled by the Tay, but all its beauty fades away among the hills of the borders. When I die, bury me low, where I can hear the bonny tweed flow, a sweeter place I never did know than the rolling hills of the borders. There's a certain place of mine, bonny lassies there you'll find, men say surly yet say kind, among the hills of the borders. When I die, bury me low, where I can hear the bonny tweed flow, a sweeter place I never will know than the rolling hills of the borders. When I die, bury me low, where I can hear the bonny tweed flow, a sweeter place I never did know than the rolling hills of the borders.
The trade union movement in this country took many decades of struggle and sacrifice to build up into a powerful force for the good of the working classes. But a certain female Tory Prime Minister, who I won't foul my mouth with unless you've got a bucket of soapy water handy, took a lot less time to remove most of the rights won in these struggles. Matt McGinn knew the value of unions, and his name will surely live on in songs like this.
I'll tell you something awfully true. You wouldn't hear tell you the new if it wasn't for the union. Well, I had a boss in Aberdeen, the nicest fella ever I seen. I think he thought I was off a green before I joined the union. Well, I had a boss called Calhoun, the nicest fella in Glasgow town, except for keeping your wages down afore we joined the union. I toodaloo, I'll tell you something awfully true. You wouldn't hear tell you the new if it wasn't for the union. Well, I had a boss, they called him Black. He told me I could call him Jack. He was hell of a good, they gave us a sack before we joined the union. Toodaloo, I'll tell you something else is true. The boss would hear you black and blue if it wasn't for the union. Toodaloo, I'll tell you something awfully true. You wouldn't hear tell you the new if it wasn't for the union. In Inverness, and she was one of the very best. We couldn't afford to marry unless I went and joined the union. I toodaloo, there 24 hours in a day, it's true. We'd work the 22 if it wasn't for the union. I toodaloo, I'll tell you something awfully true. You wouldn't hear tell you the new if it wasn't for the union. So men and women, listen to me, it's time to rise up off your knees. Raise the flag of unity, forward with the union. I toodaloo, I'll tell you something awfully true. You wouldn't hear tell you the new if it wasn't for the union. I toodaloo, I'll tell you something awfully true. You wouldn't hear tell you the new if it wasn't for the union.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks for that. Thank you very much.